Bud was getting beaten to the punch a lot, I heard, last night.
Yeah, but I mean,
But that's the thing with
Porter's fast.
Porter's that guy who's just throws you off your game plan anytime.
Yeah.
Are we recording?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Anyway, if you're just joining us, I'm here in my backyard. R.A. the Rugged Man is here, and we're talking about the fight last night, which neither one of us saw, but we're still speculating on it. We have hilarious comedian Eric Schwartz here tonight, who I bumped into at the airport today. I was like, Eric, you want to come by and do a podcast? He was like, sure.
Yeah.
But I got to leave because I got a show. I said, that's cool.
Yeah.
Dip when you got to dip. And then in between R.A. and Eric is once retired, now back in the game, legendary adult star, Jelena Jensen's here.
Hi.
And on my right, is a guy who has an idea for a company, Dick Dash.
Yeah.
And the logos, we got the meats, I believe.
got the meats,
Yeah.
yeah.
And legendary hip hop producer, DJ, musician, songwriter.
Yeah, you
All right.
roll.
And,
Yeah, a little something.
and that would be the original DMX, Davey DMX, who is just Davey D now because he just wants to give everybody the D.
When you produce the
story.
show, you're gonna add sound effects, claps, and all
No.
that fake, or it's just
No.
like.
We should have we should have given flowers
Yeah,
earlier.
I thought it was
Yeah.
gonna be like Jelena Jensen, brah, Davey D.
And by the way, by the way, I also undersold R.A. the Rugged Man at the beginning. I feel bad about that. But
It's okay. You
R.A.
got Davey D here. pioneer.
Richard Warburton.
Well, that's what Wikipedia says my name is, but it's not even a real name.
I know it's
It's
not
my middle name.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
fucking with you. And but if you don't know who R.A. the Rugged Man is, you're not a hip hop fan. And if you do know R.A. the Rugged Man is, you know that his album that came out in 2018 was probably the best album of 2018. The shit was fucking dope.
Thank you.
It restored my faith in hip hop. And I don't say these things lightly, do I, Ooh? That shit was fucking dope. I love that album.
Yeah, well, it wasn't just me. It wasn't just me. It was, I had some of the greatest DJs in the world come on board. I had a great engineer, Chris Conway, one of the greatest in the world. I had great musicians from all, like I rapped really good on it, but, I had
No,
a
you
lot.
rapped really dope on it.
Yeah, but it was a contribution to, we had a lot of, I had some of the greatest MCs on the planet with
Sure
me
did,
back,
yeah.
so yeah. The next one, I'm not going to work so hard.
No, next one's going to be trash, but the last one was really good.
Second,
You could rest now. You could rest a little bit.
You could follow Jelena's career and just take a break for a couple of years and come back when you're ready.
she's back.
I didn't realize, so she showed up because she's friends with R.A. And he's like, oh, I'm Jelena. And I'm like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. And I'm introducing her to my family. And I didn't realize I've watched her movies before. And
Yeah,
many times.
Most rappers bring ugly rappers with them. I bring adult stars. And,
Yeah. I mean, I brought Eric Schwartz and
Yeah.
Davey D.
I mean,
We got my man Jerry sitting in the house here.
now I know why I'm here. Okay,
Well,
I got
met
it.
Jelena because I had a big, giant monster penis chase around the bathroom. And it in between the titties, and it had a mutated vein on it. And that's how I met her.
Oh wait, a real movie though, not an adult movie.
No, it wasn't
Yeah.
adult. It was called Bad Biology.
Yeah.
It was directed by the legendary Frank Henenlotter. And I produced it. And
It was like a B movie type of thing?
Yeah.
But on purpose.
Yeah, it was like a Russ Meyer meets, John Waters said it's like Russ Meyer meets Vincent Price the Tinker,
That's
So,
hilarious.
But
John Waters saw the movie?
yeah, he was at the screening with us. And you know what John Waters said? He was like,
What?
"Oh, I can't believe how dirty it was." I'm like, "You're fucking John Waters.
Yeah.
You made like the worst, dirtiest, craziest shit of all time."
Yeah.
Divine eating shit, dog shit. No, but so Frank, the director,
I remember,
said,
Divine, Native Love.
Well, Frank's specific request when I was casting, he said, "Look, I don't want one of these fucking the new school fake tits where you could park a car in between the tit and it's all over the place. Like, we need natural, real titties for the scene." So somebody said, "Do you know Jelena Jensen?" I said, "I don't know her personally."
Those are real?
Yeah.
Of course. All you gotta do is look at them, man.
I'm usually not allowed to.
All I
and
gotta
I've,
do is stop looking at him. In all fairness,
Yeah, true. I'm a big fan of her tits, so.
her movies not so much, but the tits.
But we've been friends now for 15 years.
Is that when you did the movie?
15 years ago.
We filmed it 06, but it came out 08, 09 or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's the usual fucking way. Davey's got a documentary about him that he's working on for how long now?
About 2 years.
Yeah.
Who's directing it?
Talking to the mic if you can, Dave.
Full
Yeah.
Sails is directing it.
What's his name?
Full Sails University.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the professors over there is doing it.
Dave's a man of very few words.
Yeah.
When
You
he's
got a soundtrack over there. Tell us about the soundtrack that you're doing over there.
That we just produced a song for the school. You know, just for the students there. You know, just kind of a demonstration of how you put things together.
You know, Dave, for a guy who's been in this business as long as you have, you're a horrible fucking interviewer.
Give me a fucking instrument.
Listen, I try. I try to
Yeah.
not do shit.
Like, it's funny because you're not acting like the guy I know.
Yeah, no. I'm
You're
just
acting like a guy who's doing an interview. I'm like, this
Hey,
ain't an
no,
interview.
no,
motherfucker.
listen,
We're
no.
just talking.
no.
That's what this is. This is us hanging out.
I just woke up, man. This
I know. It's true. I did wake his ass up.
Yeah,
with Davey,
my hard drive is
it's true.
really just loading up, right?
Yeah, Davey.
He's on dial-up, so give him a minute.
I'm buffering right now.
Davey was making beats like the Beastie Boys had and Run DMC
You made
had.
Beastie Boys songs?
Before all
No,
of them.
I could have been their DJ as well.
No,
Well,
but
you
like,
look like Hurricane.
Yeah, a little
You
bit.
did, yeah. Hurricane.
Nah,
That
he
album.
was part of
yeah.
Armored's Crush. Like Davey's part of so many legendary records, man. So yeah.
What was the first big record you did?
Probably Suck MCs.
Wow.
Action.
Suck MC.
I mean,
Action, yeah.
which action?
Orange Crush.
Fresh Orange Crush Action.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that action.
But didn't you do Curtis Blow, too?
Yeah, I was Curtis Blow's DJ for the beginning of his career, and then I went on to produce like If I Rule the World, and
You
stuff
you
like that.
produced If I Ruled the World.
Yeah,
See, I
played
didn't
the
even
bass,
know that.
bass
Oh, you
guitar.
played the bass.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what was your relationship with Larry Smith?
Orange Crush. He was the bass player. I was the
Yeah.
guitar player.
Wow.
I
You
played
were the
and
bass
guitar.
player for Orange Crush?
Guitar player for Orange Crush. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. See,
These
that's
guys are
some,
legendary. Like,
I know,
a lot-
but it's ill like the shit they did. You're like, and people don't know. They're like, who's Davey D? Well, he was Run DMC's first fucking DJ, too.
It's the thing that pisses me off about people who don't do the history.
He's
man.
stealing the song. He's in Suck MCs.
Anytime
Yeah.
you listen to Suck MC.
Yeah, Dave cut the record down to the bone.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
That's the Dave, and that's his bone.
it's a legendary
Yeah.
bone. Dick Dash.
And Eric
Did
Schwartz.
you know a rapper named
Fuck him.
Sweetie from Queens named Sweetie G?
I'm just in the
Glenn
box, like,
Toby.
watching
He
these
was on the
guys.
scene in the 70s, yeah.
Yeah.
He says, what's up? I told him I was
Who?
going to be it. Sweetie G is Glenn Toby.
Glenn Toby,
He
yeah.
owns the Book Bank Foundation. Shout out to the Book Bank
He used to be Glenn Kunta, though.
Yeah. I got
Is
you.
he here?
No, he's not here, but he ended up making a lot of money, working finances for athletes and stuff. And then he goes and feeds homeless people and homeless shelters and clothing. He's just a great man, yeah. And he's from the same area you was from, yeah. Well, I don't know, same area, but Queens.
You're from Hollis, right?
I think he was from Hollis.
No,
too.
well, Cunningham. He's from Cunningham.
Oh, he's from Cunningham. Okay.
You're from Hollis, though.
Yeah.
I'm actually from Queens Village.
Wow.
It's right across Francis Lewis,
I don't need you to get all fancy.
So how'd you wind up in
Say that again?
How'd you wind up in Hollis?
I'm so glad Oo's here without a microphone.
Yeah. He said, "How'd you end
Every
up in
time you
Hollis?"
talk, Courtney's like, the fuck's not get a mic for
I'm
this?
fucked up,
Come
though.
sit on
'cause
this side.
You know what? I'm a rap guy, so he was about to introduce the comedian. I was like, Davey, but Davey.
Nah, you're good, Dave.
No,
Listen,
you know what? I'm such a fan. Like I
just know some
when he
stuff
invited
about
me, I'm like, yeah, I'd like to come watch that. And he's like, no, you'd be on it. I mean, I can't. I mean, like you're making a documentary about your legendary life and career, groundbreaking. I mean, I'm making Instagram reels. So I mean,
yeah, but
somehow
you're making more money. Listen,
that monetization.
What's your
Speaking of
funniest
money,
tour
Big
story?
shout out Russell Simmons.
Oh Jesus!
That's a funny
I got
fucking
one.
story. You're supposed to
I got
make them
one.
laugh, man.
I got one. That you know what it was a tour story. Like everyone always asks your bomb like a bomb story. I didn't bomb, but there was a comedian before me bombed so bad because there was
Who?
I don't remember. Is it the New York Comedy Club when it was a piece of shit?
that was all the time.
Okay,
I started playing the New York Comedy Club in '90, and it was a piece of shit then.
it was like, but they prided themselves on this place being a piece of shit.
That's it.
There was a couple on their honeymoon. They were from Rhode Island, which I'm told is not a classy place. Yeah. So they're this really overweight, really drunk, just disgusting. Like this guy is so drunk he can't, like, he's heckling this woman, and all of a sudden he had so much to drink he starts throwing up
That's awesome.
in
yeah.
the showroom.
Like on anybody?
Yeah, like on himself.
Oh, that's
and his
fine.
wife, his new wife. And this is their honeymoon.
Wait,
They're-
this is
Oh, he
part of
told
the
you this?
show?
What?
No,
how'd
this is
you
what
find
I'm,
happened.
out?
I'm waiting to go on stage watching this happen.
Uh,
And this guy is throwing up. Any club in the world would throw them out.
yeah.
But the New York Comedy Club, staying true to its gritty nature, brings him a fucking trash bag.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
he just keeps throwing up.
Because he hadn't had his 2-drink minimum yet.
Yeah. He keeps throwing up, and right on cue with this woman's punchlines. So she's like, so it's like, and so my mom said, and I'm like,
Sick set.
I'm next.
Shit.
I'm next. And then, dude, this was one of the first. I was kind of a new comic at the time. And this is one of the times I went up and I was like, I got to use this to my advantage. And I went up and I just made fun of it. It's like, this is your honeymoon. Like, this is how nice it is. You're going to put that garbage bag in your scrapbook. Like, remember that? Oh, smell it. It smells just like our honeymoon. But yeah, that's that audience, man. They can.
I'm experienced with vomit because I was a
Yeah.
carny as a kid, 11, 12. Oh, you're not done with your punch?
No,
I
that's
don't-
it, man.
Podcast
Yeah.
is tough. You cut people off.
You were really a carny?
Traveled with the Carnival, so I had to clean up, throw up every fucking day. And,
shit.
you know, remember the graviton?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So people would be upside down and shit and throw up, and it'll be like stand in front and roll around and go in someone else's face and shit like that. And my worst throw up story, like I was like probably 11 or
I
12.
love that you have more than one.
Yeah, and this girl came to my house and we were like making out on the couch. I think I touched a pussy like I was a kid, and I was like, yeah, I like her, and I started liking her and thinking about her all the time. So she showed up at the carnival.
Oh, I thought you said she was
And-
going to vomit.
No, she showed up. Check
You
out
got
this.
game.
She came up to the
Anti-game.
carnival, and the ride, it just spins around and goes up and down. It's like a regular ass ride. It's not a big deal. It goes like this. And so I put her on it for free. I'm like, go ahead, girl. You know, I'm like, I like you. You know. And so I spun her the fuck around, and she's going up and down, and then it stops, and I'm like, ah! And I start spinning her around it again, and I stop, and she's like, yeah, you're an asshole. Ah, she goes up all over herself on my shoes and shit, and I'm like cleaning the shit off, and I called her. She wouldn't take my calls no more. Like, yeah. I was like, shit.
Were you ever at the New York Comedy Club?
That was me. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I remember in my hometown they would have this carnival that would come through, and there's a lot of Jamaicans where I grew up. So this one guy, Linville, that was his name, Linville, Jamaican, and he had long braids because it was like the mid '80s, but he had like the braided ones with the beads on the end, like the Stevie Wonder joints. And he got on the Gravitron, and his hair just went splat, stuck to the wall. It like hit me in the face. Like,
That's the Gravitron.
oh yeah, that shit was dope. I didn't bother me the Gravitron. I didn't get sick of that one.
You just spin around. But they literally had like 11-year-old kid putting the rides together. That was like, it was the 80s. We were like, you know, I was putting the plugs in, hammering it. Like, this shit could have fell apart any day, you know.
Oh yeah.
How do you
Well, that was-
travel as a carny
what?
when you're 11? How do you
Well,
travel?
because my father was, you know, knew grimy people, and he's like, yeah, my son needs a job. So
His father was Art Carney.
I was started working at the carnival at 9 years old.
Really?
Yeah, and I stopped working
Pre-Wyclef.
13,
Pre-Wyclef.
14. I got a boxer, you know, Jameel McCline, right? He fought for the title 4 times.
Yeah, big time McLean.
Yeah, he was about 4 years older than me in the neighborhood, and he was like a thug at the time.
He was a heavyweight.
Yeah. But this is before he boxed. He, you know, he smoked cigarettes, had guns and shit. He was living in the Hope House. And, you know, carnies, we should I tell carnival stories?
Yeah, go
taking
for
up
it.
a lot of fucking time. Right?
That's
Nah,
fine.
dude.
Listen, hey, this show doesn't have no fucking direction.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, why am I telling all carnival? Your manager's like, fuck this carnival guy. You know? Get on something.
We literally don't ever know what an episode's going to be about until it starts.
We got Davey D. I'm like,
I mean, Davey ain't saying shit, so carry on. I mean,
I'm almost loaded up though.
oh yeah, get in there, Dave.
Yeah.
But you,
Hey, Paulie, stop pouring so
Our
light.
job as
It's
carnies
free.
are to cheat the people. You know, even as a kid, if you lose a stuffed animal, they take the money out of you.
Oh,
So
really?
you make sure nobody wins. So this was like a fisherman rod, and it has a ball on it. You got to pick the bottle up like that. You know?
I know
what
that
mean?
one.
But the boards are like this. And then there's a piece of tape on the shit, so if you don't tell them that they're not supposed to be over the tape. So if they win, usually they're over the tape, and you go, oh, you didn't win, your hand was over the tape, you know? And so I did that to Jamil McCline. He was about probably 17, I was about 13 or 12 or whatever. And he was with this white girl, like, yeah, you know. And he won. He did it. He would like fucking got the thing up, and I was like, oh no, your hand was over the thing. And he was like, bullshit. And I was like, yo, your hand was over the thing. You can't think. He just took the shit. And I'm like, but they're going to make me pay for that. My voice was higher than him. I was like, yo, you can't take that. You can't take that. I didn't know that guy was going to go on a fight for the title four times.
And, interestingly enough, he never won the title. So,
yeah, but he got the fight for the title 4 times.
Was it 4 times he got 4 title shots?
Yeah, Chris Bird, Samuel, what was the guy?
Peter?
Sam Peters, Klitschko, and
he couldn't beat Chris Bird.
Chris Bird was great. I love Chris.
Yeah, but remember Chris Bird started as a fucking middleweight.
Yeah, but I love Chris, man. Chris is the most overachiever. He was my favorite boxer of that era.
Really?
Favorite.
Even above Lennox?
Your boy ducked him. Your boy Lennox ducked him.
Lennox wouldn't duck him.
Your boy
Lennox didn't
Lennox
duck
ducked Chris Bird.
I'm going to call his ass and ask him if
He
he
ducked
Chris
him.
Bird.
I remember when it was happening. Call him. I'll tell him. Lennox Lewis ducked Chris Bird.
Telling you.
Yo, Chris Bird beat Klitschko, beat Tua, beat Holyfield.
So you gonna get that dude beat up now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Lennox is with the shenanigans.
He wasn't ducking him because out of fear of getting knocked out because Bird couldn't punch. But
Bird could box.
Bird could make you look stupid like Jimmy Young.
Jimmy Young in the 70s.
Jimmy Young arguably beat Ali. Arguably beat fucking Kenny. What was it? Like he was.
Oh, that whole era.
He literally beat George Foreman, like, you know, but nobody talk about him.
Was Jimmy Young or Jimmy Ellis?
Jimmy Young. Jimmy Ellis lost to all of them guys. He was great too, but Jimmy Young was the slick guy that nobody wanted to box like Chris Bird. Yeah. Lennox
Yeah, I didn't
him.
like Chris. I hated watching Chris Bird's
love
I
fights.
can't see that though.
I
I
love
get
him.
so annoyed at his fights. I'm like,
I
this
just know
guy.
because how Lennox is.
But that's
if
why
you
he-
say you
no,
want to
but that's
fight.
why he ducked
Lennox
him.
is gonna figure out how he can fight.
I don't know.
That's what type of
Ibiabuchi
dude
would have
he
beat
is.
Lennox if they fought, but Ibiabuchi was a...
Was a rapist.
Yeah.
Speaking of rapists,
But,
Speaking of rapists, Davey D's with us, guys.
oh, man.
Jelena, speaking of rape, ever done a scene like that?
No.
Not,
What made you decide, like, you know what? I'm all right. I'm retired. I ain't tripping no more. But fuck all this. They getting this bread. So you know, what made you decide to go ahead and do the OnlyFans?
Well, she still looks great.
Nah, I ain't even saying.
I mean,
I'm
you
just
gotta-
talking about from the business side, like, cause she retired.
So I retired, and then I opened a fitness studio here in LA.
All right.
And it was doing really well. I actually was about to expand the two. Like in January, I started talking with my landlord, my commercial property, and like I was going to expand to make it bigger. Thankfully, I didn't move forward with that because then COVID hit 2 months later. And because we had the strictest rules of being shut down, I ended up closing my business last year. So I lost money because it was a newer business.
Is the goal to reopen a new one then?
No, it actually took up a lot of my time because when you're the owner, you have to be there all the time. So
Yeah.
I kind of lost my free time because I worked for myself since college. So I lost that freedom. And then all my friends were telling me how much they were making on their OnlyFans. And I was like, this is the quickest way for me to make my savings back that I
Yeah.
spent on my studio.
Right.
So.
She went from fitness to fitness money in her bank account. I was
Yeah,
going to go
I've
another way with it, but I
I've
didn't want
only
to be
been
rude.
back for a few months, but I'm only shooting by myself right now. So
Oh, good. Solo.
yeah, just solo stuff.
Big fan.
Yeah.
I don't see any
I'll see you on there tonight.
Yeah. How much are you a month?
Oh, I don't know what it's priced at right now. I'm running a special. It's
Oh, is it the $3 one?
probably something low.
Get on that.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to support my friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
If he was at the Carnival, it'd still be going down.
yeah, I'm not, that's not disrespect. I think that's your friend, Lennox. I was just saying.
Yeah, I
No,
don't
no,
fuck
no,
with
no,
you.
it's
huh?
Boxing talk. It's like, who's the better rapper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wouldn't take it like that.
And I'm not even sure.
Here, put the mic towards your
Mike,
mouth.
Mike.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if Bird would beat him. I think he would have.
I don't think Bird would have beat him. I think Bird would have got stopped.
But that's a possibility.
Because Lennox is a big
yeah,
man.
big
Hands are
strong.
heavy.
And Ibiabuchi stopped Bird, but
Ibiabuchi was good. He never got to reach his potential. But
Because he raped
Ibiabuchi was
somebody,
Ibiabeatable too. He had some flaws. He had some holes in his game.
Well,
he was a big, strong motherfucker though. And then they thought Sam Peter was going to be Ibiabuchi next.
Nah, but Peter was never like that, you know.
Yeah, no.
But the problem with Ibiabuchi, where he would give anybody problems, was the guy. Look when he fought Tua. Ibiabuchi threw 1,500 punches that fight, and he took everything Tua could throw. And Tua was the type of guy you don't like. When Lennox fought him, Tua made sure don't get hit by the fucking guy.
Yeah.
Ibiabuchi was getting hit by Tua and kept throwing and throwing. Yeah. So it's not, he's one of the guys that you're not going to knock out. Or hurt.
Yeah, I say Tua and Mercer were probably Lennox's hardest fights.
Mercer beat Lewis, but they didn't give it to him.
I don't know.
And then Witherspoon.
That was a war.
And then Witherspoon beat Mercer, and they gave it to Mercer.
I remember when Fresno Kendo fought for the title, and he clearly beat. Who I forgot who he was fighting. He clearly won the fight, and they ripped him off.
They did that a lot to Quendo. Some people think he beat Bird too. You know,
it might have been the Bird fight. It was one of them. He fought for the title, and he got ripped off. I was screaming on TV.
Yeah.
Fresno Quendo never got treated properly.
Yeah, and he was a good fighter. Yeah.
What about you, Eric Schwartz? Who'd you beat?
I don't fight.
No.
Did you ever get in a fight before?
Yeah, and that scared me. I don't even watch boxing anymore. That's how bad I got beat up. Yeah. Scotty Hatch, he's beat the shit out of me.
Scotty Hatch.
I still remember his name?
Oh, hell yeah. I know his face. I know his address.
If you remember his name, you got the brakes beat
Yo,
up.
dude, check this out. I was getting beat up every day after school, and to the point where my dad was like, all right, we're gonna address this. We're gonna go over to Scotty Hatch's house, and we're gonna talk to his parents. Now, keep in mind that my dad looks exactly like me, but with a sweet-ass, pimp-ass comb-over. Okay.
Oh, nice.
So it's like big guy, little guy of the same person going over this guy's house. And the same thing with Scotty Hatch and his dad. Scotty Hatch's dad is a big version of this fucking bully.
He's just as much of an asshole.
Yeah, he opens the door. He goes, "Hey, what's up? Can I help you?" And my dad goes, "Yeah, your son has been beating up my son Eric." And this guy did not give a shit. He turns around and he goes, "Hey, Scotty, you been touching this kid?" He goes, "No." And he goes, "Looks like he hasn't touched him." Staring down my dad.
Like the fuck you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Wow.
And what we ultimately had to do, we moved. Yeah.
No, that's a true
I
story.
swear to God.
That's not a true story.
I swear.
Your dad moved you to protect you from a kid in the neighborhood?
I don't know if that was the reason.
His dad moved to protect himself from the father.
Yeah, exactly. Now he thought I was making it up.
That scene in Fridays where
You must be high as shit. You talking to the motherfucker today.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying on
Yeah, he just
Fridays,
passed me
the
some of
boy
that,
got
too,
knocked
yeah.
out.
Oh yeah.
And then,
I got knocked
and
the
then his
fuck out.
pops came and got him, and he didn't want to squab, and then he left. And you
Yeah.
saying your pops really left?
Yeah.
Dude, we're Jews. We're Jews with glasses.
Well,
Yeah.
Israel, Palestine, they never left. So
Yeah, that's true. We're not Israelis.
Yeah, there's a difference between Jews and Israelis.
We're like Southern California Reform Jews.
Yeah.
Are you Jewish too?
I'm a Jew too.
We can get married. Let's do it.
Already married.
You're married. Okay, sorry.
the closest thing when I was a kid with bully shit, and it wasn't bully shit, but my father always he had me shooting 22s in the garage. I was a little kid. He taught me how to box, taught me how to fight, all of that shit. So I was a fighter in school. I put kids in headlocks, whatever. Somebody fuck with me, the older kids. I beat up the older kids.
Yeah.
But then my father, he was in Vietnam. He went a little crazy, and he became a preacher, man. And he became Prince Omar, the Black Angel, and he started going door to door selling Bibles. Like, Jesus.
His name was Prince Omar.
Yeah, that's the neighborhood called him, and he's like the
Is
Black
your dad?
Angel. Yeah. So,
But he's white,
He's
right?
black?
Yeah,
Oh.
no, he's
Is he
white.
Italian?
Oh, okay.
It's half and his father was Scottish. Yeah. So Prince Omar, the Black Angel, is walking in the neighborhood selling Bibles, all this shit, and he said, "Son, the man with courage keeps his hands in his pockets and walks away." You know. So he's teaching me not to fight now. My whole life he taught me to fight, right? So this is like 3rd, 4th grade, and like, so kids was in a park talking shit, and I was like, "The man with courage," you know. And I walked away, and they was like, "He's a pussy." I'm like, "No, I'm the brave one." My father told me. So for like fucking 2 months, I'm like walking away from fights, like my dad told me, courage, you know.
Yeah.
And then I said, "Dad," they called me name, and he said, "Oh, you can fight." Like, "Oh yeah." So then I started fighting again, and it got past it, you know. But you know what? No, one time. I got beat up by the older kids.
Yeah.
Like 3 kids jumped me and I got beat up. And they was like 14 already. I was like 10, 11, and they had mustaches and shit.
At 14?
Yeah, like little
fucking
baby,
old ass kids you got
in
here.
No, they not like grown, like 14-year-old kids.
Yeah, that first
puberty,
mustache.
They got that little
Little
bullshit
peepers.
one. Yeah, so So yeah, I remember I pulled up. My dad drove the Trans Am. He was the neighborhood star, Vietnam veteran, crazy guy. Everyone was scared of him.
Side note,
Yeah.
which Trans Am was it?
The smoky,
The good one? Oh, the 6.6 one.
Yeah. I don't know.
That was a dope one.
But so he pulls up the next day on the bus, and he gets on the bus. My father got on the bus, and he said, "Hey, I forgot to get Eric or this guy, that guy." He said, "Yo, I know who your father is. I know who your father is. You beat up my son. I'm gonna beat up your daddy. I know where your father lives." And everything.
My dad. Did they have did the kids in your neighborhood say my dad could beat up your dad? And that
No,
was
they
like,
knew. No, they knew they couldn't fuck with my dad.
In Utah,
Yeah.
they say my dad could beat up your dad.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you're right. My dad sells ladies' clothing out of a truck. It's
Well,
in.
your boy. Oh, sorry.
No, I was gonna say he had a store on wheels and he went around and sold on
He was like the food truck of clothes.
yeah, he was ahead of his time. Schmatta salesman, they call that.
Yeah. He did sell the schmata.
He smelled the schmattas.
I was bullied a lot growing up. Till I was 15. Then I started boxing and never got bullied again.
And then you
But it was
became
bad,
friends with
like-
Lennox Lewis and everybody.
Yeah, I mean, no, but I see Lennox and I knew Lennox when because I would see him at tournaments in Canada, at boxing tournaments. I always saw him. I would always be like, "What's up?" But we didn't really know each other then.
Yeah.
And then as we got older and we started doing things, like we traveled in the same circles, we've been friends for a long time now. But I was getting
You spar with them?
not with Lennox. I was 147, dog. I'm not fucking sparring with I sparred with a heavyweight one
Who's
time.
the best fighter you ever sparred with?
There was a guy that I grew up with named Willie who
Oh, you never sparred with a pro?
no.
Oh, I thought you
No,
were
what my coaches were like pro fighters, and now like DeWitt Fraser and Rick Suse and them, but they weren't trying to spar with me. I wasn't good enough to spar with a fucking pro.
I'm out of shape. I was with Ice Scully, John Scully. He's
Yeah.
a professional fighter.
Yeah, I
he
remember
trained
John
Chad
Scully.
Dawson with the Hopkins fight, and I was in his town in Connecticut. He's like, get in the ring for 3 rounds. I was like, he's 49, 50 years old, but like, I'm tall, and he kept it easy on me. I was like throwing like little jabs, and he threw like little, and I felt my nose go like, and I was like, oh shit, if you really want to fucking break my nose in 1 second, those professional fighters,
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Well, when I started training out here for a little bit in LA, and I would train with Ricky Showtime Quiles. He beat Edner Cherry for the title
Oh wow.
at one point, and but Ricky was slick
So you
too.
did spar with a
I
professional.
mean, but I mean, like in the '80s, I didn't. In the 2000s,
Yeah, it's
I
been
did.
ever, yeah.
Oh yeah. No, and as I got older, I got in the ring with some professionals. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Literally, they see everything you're about to throw, and I'm like, God damn, am I projecting that fucking hard?
And stamina, like you'd be like, oh fuck, I'm out of
Yeah,
breath.
he'd be laughing. But I would get him like every now and then with like a hook off the jab or something, like pop pop. And I remember one time he did something. He did something and was like, okay, my bad, right? He did the touch gloves after, and then he went to do it again, and then he hit me.
Oh,
And he goes, "You never touch gloves twice. You're always saying sorry twice. You say sorry once. You don't say fucking sorry twice." I was like, "All right, my bad." And then, all right, and then I did the second one. He went pop, and I was like, "Motherfucker!" He goes, "Never say sorry twice. You only say sorry once."
I always wanted to try boxing.
No, you didn't.
No, the training.
You left the fucking neighborhood.
No, the training.
Join boxing or move. He's like,
The thing that kept me back is the thing that kept me back from
Stick
it
and move doesn't mean that.
yeah, stick and move. Yeah,
get your shit moved
Stick-
down the town.
it's not a real estate thing. No, the thing that kept me back from it is getting hit. Like I want to do the training part of it, but like, can you do that? Like I want to.
Okay, I got
Can you?
advice for you.
Yeah.
You know what you do? Fencing.
Oh, fencing.
No,
that's
that's not
perfect.
even
Yeah.
comedy. That's not even comedy.
Yeah.
Like I hate getting hit in the head, getting a headache, a fat lip, or fucking. I hate sparring now. It's like when I was a kid. I used to box in my neighborhood.
You're from Long Island, right?
Yeah, when Buddy McGurd, all of the.
Oh yeah, Buddy's trained me a couple
no, I
times.
didn't train with Buddy. I'm saying
No, I've
that's
trained with
me.
Buddy a few times.
Yeah.
Buddy lives out here.
Yeah, he lives.
I should have
he's got
invited
new
his ass
gym,
over,
Blue
yeah.
Moon. I never trained with Buddy. I
He's
didn't
a
know
great
back
guy.
Then. But what I was saying is when I went to England, it's just like fucking boxing. It's like the
Yeah.
swords, the jab, and all they're doing is like poking you. It's not like you're not getting a headache afterwards.
would've
All
got-
your
I
bodies.
mean, jiu-jitsu would be good for you too. I've been
Yeah.
training jiu-jitsu for 6 years
But
now.
do you also get
They throw you on the
get hit
floor
though,
and
right?
shit.
you start on the floor.
Oh, okay.
You get
Start on the
handle.
floor.
You get yeah.
You and listen, jiu-jitsu.
snap your arm and
Jiu-jitsu.
shit.
No, see, jiu-jitsu is easier because you're not going to get to that place right away where they start fucking you up. They're going to teach you how to get fucked up first. And
Okay.
they're going to show
How
you
to
this
be
is
able to
what you
handle
can
it.
do, but this is what they can do. And then eventually, once you start getting more comfortable with knowing these little pieces of the puzzle,
Yeah.
you'll start rolling with guys, and you'll know, like, you'll trust the guys that you're fighting with.
Okay.
And
Just like on the street.
no.
Yeah. Okay.
So if they get your arm, you're gonna tap, and then they're
Okay.
gonna stop.
Okay.
But I let them get my arm till they're trying to pop it, and then I tap because I want to make sure you got it. I want to make sure I can't get the fuck out of that. If I can't get out, then I'm tapping.
That
If
would
I can
get,
feel like I roll out of it or slide my arm out, I'm not gonna tap. I can't just puss out like that.
Yo, we gotta get some of those guys to train him, and then we'll call that kid from his childhood, and we'll do
Yeah.
a trill of.
yeah. Let's call him
fight
out.
your childhood.
I need
bully.
closure.
Yo, you know what? Yo, honestly,
That's a show.
that's a show. We
Yeah.
just thought of it, man.
Oh, there was that show on
That is a
MTV.
show.
Get the
That's a
nerd
show.
with the bully
Yeah.
and train the nerd.
Which
And
one
let
am
him
I?
kick his
Which
shit.
which one am I?
Do it.
You're definitely the bully.
Childhood
Okay.
bully.
Davey D can do the soundtrack.
I am
Yeah.
a bully because I'm calling his ass out and saying, "You face me one more
was his name
time."
again?
Scotty Hatch.
Scotty
I don't know if he
Hatch.
still goes by Scotty. It's probably Scott by now.
Who's the jiu-jitsu master that you're always in pitches with?
Oh, that's John Jack Machado. He's one of the best to
John
ever do
Jack
it.
Machado. We're gonna get you and he's gonna teach you how
I'm
to beat
in.
up. What's the guy's name again?
Scotty
Scotty
Hatch.
Hatch. What was his dad name? Scotty Senior?
I probably.
Is your dad Eric
And
Senior?
yo,
No.
we're gonna get your dad.
My
to
dad.
beat
My
you.
dad has a gangster ass name.
What's
Your
your dad's
dad's
name?
gonna fight him.
Yeah.
Fight the guy's dad.
Oh my God, he just had back surgery.
undercard.
Perfect. My dad's name is Lester.
Lester Schwartz.
Wow.
Lester Schwartz, and his clothing business was called Get More from Less.
Are you an only child?
No, there's three. I'm the middle.
How
Yeah.
did you learn Spanish?
Oh, because my stepdad. So
Oh.
my stepdad's Mexican. He's
Right.
fucking cool as hell. Like that's the only
But he
reason
would
I got
fight
any
people, right?
coolness. What's that?
He would fight people.
Oh my, yeah.
Mexicans don't back down to nobody.
Oh, dude, he's
Yeah, your mother
Yeah.
was like, I'm gonna get someone to fight this time.
right. Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
he's your stepdad.
Dude, I could never imagine my parents together. They're so different. Like one's like dad is so silly and corny, and lovable, and then my mom is like super hip, and then my stepdad is his jazz musician.
Really?
Latin
Mexican
jazz
jazz?
musician.
You mean Yaz?
Yes, yeah.
So your mom went from less to mas.
Yeah. Jaime Valle. That's his name.
Jaime.
Jaime Valle. And he's like,
My
oh
stepmom's
yeah.
No,
Mexican too.
Oh, really?
I mean,
We're both a quarter step Mexican.
Wait, so she went from a Jaime to a Jaime.
Jewish slur. All right.
All right.
Low hanging fruit, guys.
It's
I had
all
to
in
grab
fun.
it.
It's all in fun. But you're okay. That's what I say. I'm a quarter step Mexican.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
we're both
I
butter-
have a half brother and half sister from my dad and my stepmom, and so
Okay.
yeah. But it's funny because I'm more tan than they are.
So I have a catchphrase that I say for I'm quarter step Mexican Jew, and I got to get you a T-shirt. It says "Shalom, cabron." Yeah.
That's
Perfect.
awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
You got to get one for Eddie. We'll get one for Eddie, too.
Are you too?
No, that's Jerry.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's
Eddie's
Jerry.
my assistant. He's not here. He's in fucking Mexico right now.
Oh, okay.
Fucking Eddie.
Celebrating Hanukkah,
Yeah.
right?
With a J.
With yeah, Hanukkah.
He's celebrating Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
I want to come home, but I can't.
Hanukkah. Why didn't I think of that?
It's yours. Take it.
Okay.
Oh.
You heard me here say it live. It's Eric Schwartz's thought. I just
Okay.
shot it to my head and I spit it back to him.
Collab with Russell Peters.
Yeah.
Sucks you got.
Have you ever celebrate Hanukkah?
Oh boy, does he?
Not lately.
Not lately.
No, not lately.
Good talking to you,
invited.
Dave.
I need another like 2 minutes before I'm completely loaded. Like
Oh, okay.
shit's buffering still.
Oh, okay.
Just,
Fucking
I
Michael
ain't getting
Buffer
no
over
sleep.
here.
I ain't getting no sleep at all.
Oh, okay.
It's like I'm almost there. This guy woke me up. I'm like, he invited me over. Like, you gonna wake me up? You know what I mean?
You're gonna
So this is how I'm starting my day, but I'll get there.
It's night.
Yeah,
Do you know who's singing on Orange Crush?
No.
Allison Williams. Yeah,
Really?
Allison Williams sang on most of the Curtis productions or our productions. Yeah.
Which one? Which songs?
Fat Boys.
She did the Fat Boys on
Yeah,
that.
yes, yeah.
Fat boy.
She's that
are
Allison
back.
Williams?
Yeah, she
Oh, that's
sang-
her going, I'm in love with a fat boy.
Yeah.
That one?
Oh my
My
God.
mind's fucking blown.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if me and Kurt did it, it was Allison for sure.
Really? Basketball? No.
You gotta believe.
Is it basketball?
Huh?
Playing basketball.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. Allison, yeah.
I know.
Oh my God.
idea.
Allison actually was singing. The lady who wrote Action, I can't think of her name, but Allison came and sang it over.
Def
for-
Jam didn't
yeah.
know how to promote her when she did
Yeah, she
her
could
album.
sing, man.
Yeah,
Allison
she
could
had-
sing.
remember
Came out on Def Jam?
She was the only R&B
Yeah.
artist at the time. She had this
Yeah,
song,
no, well,
Just Call My Name.
Juice Jones.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Orange
that's-
Juice Jones,
yeah.
Smash it. That's true.
You know my Orange Juice Jones story, right?
Tayshaun, I don't know if you remember Tayshaun.
I remember
Well,
Tayshaun.
what year was that? That was after Allison, though, right?
Yeah, but they had a little R&B section.
Yeah, they were trying. So I'm like, I'm notoriously bad with lyrics.
Yeah.
Like I can't quote songs. I could start and sound like I know what I'm gonna do, and then I just hear what I fucking think I hear. Like, cause I'm a DJ, so I'm listening for the beat. I'm not listening to the words. I don't give a fuck about the words. I'm listening. I got to cut and mix right there. You know what I mean? So the chorus in The Rain is, "I saw you
And him.
and him walking in the rain."
Well, you know it.
Hell
Right.
yeah.
Oh.
I used to DJ.
Eric's
I used-
a
I
music
used to
guy.
DJ.
Don't
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. My bad.
Stepfather, man.
So I thought that they were trying to be like subtle, and I legit thought the lyrics were, "I saw you walking in the." I really thought that's what the lyrics were. Like they were
That makes more
fucking,
sense.
You
like
didn't-
it was
you didn't
George
play on
Burns.
that, did you? You had nothing to do with that record.
Nah, The Rain, no.
That's one of the greatest songs ever made, man. Pull out my jammy and go Rambo and go smoke your
Yeah.
ass. He was going crazy.
I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
They
$5,700
need to remake-
Lynx mink coat with his Lynx coat.
Yeah.
It was
They need-
Lynx.
They need to remake that song in the Me Too era, you know.
Alley coat wearing. Yeah. Hush puppy.
Hush. Yeah, he killed it.
What you
Honestly.
working on now, Dave?
Waking up.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, I'm working on a project with Terminator X called Expendables that talks about, DJs is no longer with their crews, which is like, most of the time, pretty much. But this features some DJs that just went out on their own pretty much. Because I started with Curtis Blow, and I produced. Spoonie G.
Yeah,
Spoonie G.
You did what song you did for Spoonie G?
Street Girl and the Big Beat.
Wow.
That was a huge song.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big beat.
Yeah.
What do you think about
You ever do
Billy
anything with
Squire?
Jimmy Spicer?
The big beat. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Wait, yeah, I did.
Billy Squire, yeah.
Jimmy Spicer did Bubble Bunch and
Yeah,
Dollar
Bubba Bush,
Bill.
Of course.
What?
Yeah. Oh, you did those?
Yeah.
The Bubba Bunch.
Yeah.
did the Bubble
I did Games
Bubble
People
Bunch.
Play for Sweet
Oh, I
Dreams.
love games.
Games
People. Games people.
I did In Jail for the Fat Boys.
Oh my god, I was the
In
hugest
jail.
Fat Boys. That's my first concert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
You took Scotty Hatch with him.
yeah, my parents came with me, and it was at Irvine Amphitheater, which is now, I guess, I don't know. Russell's probably played it, but
It's like the Verizon. something like
Verizon,
that.
yeah. And this is the openers was Ice-T, Dana Dane, and the first time I had ever heard of them, Salt and Pepper.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was
But-
what, like 87, 88?
It was the original Salt
88.
and Pepper.
How old are you now?
I mean,
46.
The
Right.
original Spinderella, or was it?
Yeah, it was Spinderella, yeah.
Was it the original Spinderella or the?
The one with the green eyes. Is there another one?
Yeah,
There was the
one
fine
right before.
Spinderella.
Well, all DJs is gonna be Spinderella for Salt and Pepper. So
Yeah.
it's like,
There was one original that was on the first album cover.
She was
something.
hot as shit.
And then there was this, the one that would Spinderella the rest of the career. Yeah.
I think it was the.
Green
I
Eyed
don't remember.
Spinderella's the Spinderella.
Yeah.
That was the one on the album. I remember looking at the album going, she's so pretty.
Yeah.
And then I remember going, why does Peppa have a mustache? Listen, you had the fucking record. Go look at the record. I'm not making it up. And you look at Peppa now, and she's fine as shit. I mean, there's a lot of things that these surgeons can do.
I used to see her.
It was Peppa.
I
It
used to see
wasn't.
Pepper at the
hair.
tunnel when she was dating Tretch.
Oh,
that was
man.
like the celebrity
Before they
cover.
got married.
Yeah, they got married? I
Didn't
even
they?
know
They was married for a minute.
Those records are so legendary.
baby,
All
you
the
got
records you named are like some of the most legendary records ever. So I just want to give you your flowers.
Yes.
Respect you,
Yeah.
brother. You know, like
He did Beats to the Rhyme.
What?
Yeah, I
Run's
knew that.
House.
And you did Run's House.
You did
I
that
knew
beat?
too. Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Pause. I did pause with him.
Oh yeah, I got
You know,
that.
actually, they came and got me in the fourth quarter down about 10. You know, so I lost in overtime with these guys, man. You know, because they ain't make a record for like 14, like 5 or 6 years. You know,
And then you gave them Run's House and Beats to the Rhyme and Pause.
There
I
you
didn't
go.
know.
Those were the three biggest records on that album.
Yeah.
No, wasn't
Yeah,
Pause
something
on
to
it?
do with
Pause
Afro.
was later.
Pause on
for
the next
cause.
album.
Pause on the next album.
That's when Jam Master Jay rapped better than Run DMC on that song.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Pause for the cause.
Yeah, because he's more connected to the street, or just what was going on.
Yeah.
He did something with the Afros too, right?
Yeah, Afros was actually my original DJ crew, from the 80s. Hurricane was MC and Cool T. So, I've been on to produce them to call them Afros.
Wow.
I mean, they had that Afros.
That was
Also, a group Secret Weapon. No, Must Be the Music.
Oh, Must Be the Music.
Oh, that's
You did that song?
Yeah, I played with them, but then they broke up and got back together, and it was called Output, and I produced them as well. But because they didn't own their name, so you had to change it. But I had the original members, Jerome Priester and Ricky Page was the drummer.
Hey, Must Be the Music. I still put on my mixtapes.
Oh yeah, that's jam.
Flashing lights, moving to the
That's the
beat.
best thing about Russell, man. More than his jokes, is his love for the pioneers.
Oh yeah, this guy, he's
music and the
Yeah.
history and
But it's not about me, kids. It's about you.
But when you was with Nori and
Talking about the music.
when you was with Grandmaster Kaz and Nori on Drink Champs, I almost got angry for a second because Nori was like, "Oh, I thought you was just copying what Kaz said. I'm glad you got your own opinion." I'm like, "Oh, he has no idea how much this fucking guy knows. Like, he knows too much. He knows a
Who
lot
said
of shit."
that?
He was making a joke. Nori's having fun with it.
Yeah,
It wasn't-
Nori's my dude, so
Yeah, okay,
he was
alright.
fucking with me.
Yeah, he was playing. It
But
was, he
Russell,
didn't-
for me, I listening to Fat Boys and Afro and like Digital Underground. To me, that was humor and characters in
Right.
hip hop.
So it's
And-
Flavor Flav. It's the same
And Flavor
thing.
Flav.
Flavor
Did-
Flav, greatest hype man of all
Oh,
time.
also Flav's an incredible musician, isn't he?
Yeah, Flavor plays
What does he play?
Yeah.
He plays everything, doesn't
pianos, drums.
That's what I made the mistake when I said, "Oh, you was playing." Because like I said, I met Davey briefly behind backstage at a Public Enemy at the Brooklyn Bowl, and I said drums, but no, he was playing bass. But Flav that night got on the drums. He was
Right,
playing the
yeah,
drums
he
going
did.
crazy.
That's
And,
that's how I got started with them. I would come to the gig and it's like, yo, let Davey play, whatever. So,
Great story.
yeah.
But
thank you.
did that?
It was nice and short, wasn't
It
it?
was a little too short, motherfucker.
It's been 2 minutes. It's been 2 minutes. You
and
gotta
I'm-
deliver.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah. Put the exclamation on it.
That's the Dave I know. See, now he's coming.
I told you, I'm almost there. Yeah.
But I'm curious. How did hip hop like influence you to get into comedy?
Well, I see. Hip hop gave me an identity, so I didn't have a. I didn't know who I was gonna be. Right, I was like a. I didn't have an identity. I'm a first generation Indian kid. Mm-hmm. There's no like direction for me yet, and there's only black or white. You either go black or you go white.
Yeah.
It wasn't gonna be Indian. Like, I mean, I was already Indian, but what am I gonna do? Walk around, hey, buddy, just, you guys heard this? So it wasn't gonna happen.
They watching rap videos. You watching Bollywood shit.
Yeah, it wasn't like that in my house. So my parents were big music people. Like, they loved music, so there was always music playing in the house, like Glenn Miller and fucking Jim Reeves, Patsy Cline, the Platters,
say
Mills
like
Brothers.
the snake charmer.
Yeah, that was when they were gonna get busy. My mom would pull out the flute. I'm like, Mom, you watching a movie? No, go away, lock the door.
Oh man, you don't need Viagra in the house to do the snake charmer. Thank you, darling.
That was the basis of your movie with the penis chasing the.
It was a metaphor.
It was a metaphor. Yeah.
Yeah, I
It was
don't
a
even know what
metaphor
that movie
skin.
was about. What it was one of my favorite directors of all time as a child, and I was trying to take him out of retirement. So we made something weird,
You guys, I hate to say that I gotta go. I don't want to go. I'm like,
It's
all good.
Wait,
Schwartz, we knew you had to
sorry.
go.
I know. You're so rugged.
But here's the thing, Eric. We have a guest for you. Scotty, come on out.
See, but comedians don't got to say they're kidding. If the joke works, it works. You don't got to say.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
Yeah,
my
you're
father
so
used to tell
rugged.
me.
I'm out.
Because I used to be like, I'm kidding. And my dad be like, son, you're not funny. Because if you're funny, you don't got to always say you're kidding. Motherfuckers are knowing you're telling jokes. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm not funny, you know. So.
It's just because I respect you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you
Can we
left
do
him
this?
hanging,
Okay.
too.
All right.
He's like, can my elbow hopefully go?
Permission to.
He like pushed
Dab.
my elbow into a titty or something.
Hey, they do get in the way.
Shirt, okay?
Yes.
I'm thinking about
Yes.
Scotty Hatch.
Hey, can I take that seat? No.
Scotty Hatch. Yeah. Scotty Hatch is like Michael Myers to that motherfucker. He's like,
Bye, E. Schwartz. Thanks for dropping in, kid.
Scotty Hatch.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for having me. All right, nice to meet you.
Yo, nice
Hey.
meeting you, man.
Twice.
Yeah. One for R, one for A.
Nice to meet you guys.
Are you going for a third trifecta there? Eric Schwartz, ladies and gentlemen. Eric Schwartz
Eric
sat with us today.
Hey, producer, press the sound effects.
Yeah, let him know, son.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
You know, he looks like all the 2005 Scribble Jam battle rappers.
Yeah. He can shred.
He looked like all the Scribble Jam rappers.
He
that
can
came
freestyle.
out.
That's the funny thing.
Yeah, he looked like that. He looked like the ones that came out after 8 Mile happened and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
came out the woodwork.
Go look at his Instagram and you'll see like
No.
he posts like all these funny
Remind
videos.
me.
He did a show in Mexico. No, what did he do? You ever see that one skit he did on his Instagram? He showed up at a Mexican restaurant and him and his dad and they look like that, right? And then the mariachi band came to the table because you call the mariachi band the table. They came and then he started singing along with them and they were like, "What the fuck?" Like he knew the song, he knew all the words. It was pretty dope. Pretty dope. I mean, you look like that. You don't look like a guy that's gonna be fucking singing mariachi songs.